Well, we are going to start our simple and practical IELTS lesson, which is very useful for you for your IELTS exam. This lesson will be very useful for IELTS beginners. Today we are going to discuss about the use of at and in prepositions. Well, first we are going to consider about the use of at 2:30, at 3:30, at 5:30, etc. Now, when we mention the specific time, we can use the preposition at. At is used to talk about specific times on the clock or points of time in the day. Look at this example here. The train arrives at 3:30 p.m. This is the specific time that the train arrives. The train usually arrives at 3:30 p.m. Here, the way that we have written 3:30 p.m. is wrong. When you mention 3:30 p.m., it should be written like this. Simple letters. 3:30 p.m. This is the right way to mention it. 3:30 p.m. Now look at this example. The party starts at midnight. It's a certain point of time in the day. At midnight. At 12 midnight. Midnight means 12 a.m. Noon means 12 p.m. 12 p.m. is noon. 12 a.m. is midnight. The party starts at midnight. It's a simple present tense sentence. Now here in this sentence, we intend a future idea. We can use simple present tense to intend future. The party starts at midnight. It's a certain point of time in the day. Now look at the next example given here. They will come at 4:30 p.m. They will come at 4:30 p.m. At 4:30. That is a specific time. That is the specific time that they come. They will come. It's a simple future tense sentence. But here, when you write 4:30 p.m., it should be like this. The right way to mention 4:30 p.m. should be like this. 4:30 p.m. It should be in simple letters. 4:30 p.m. you have to write this way. Now look at this example. She will meet us at noon. That is a specific time. At noon. At 12 p.m. 12 p.m. is noon. 12 a.m. is midnight. She will meet us at this specific time. At noon. Now here look at this example. He usually calls me at around 2. Instead of at around, you can use at about as well. At about and at around are both the same. He usually calls me at around 2. If you need, you can mention 2 p.m. But here we have just said 2. We can say 2 o'clock, at around 2 o'clock or at about 2 o'clock. It's a simple present tense sentence. So we have added a sound at the end of the verb because the subject is singular. He calls. He usually calls. He usually calls me at around 2. Now look at this example. Next one. My mother will call me at noon. It's a specific time. At 12 p.m. at noon. My mother will call me in the future. It's a simple future tense sentence. So the preposition at is used to mention a specific time. Next example. Look at this one. I read a story at bedtime. At bedtime. The preposition should be at bedtime. I will tell you at 5 a.m. That is a specific time of the day. 5 a.m. 5 in the early morning. What is the correct way to write 5 a.m.? You have to write 5 a.m. this way. This is the right way to mention 5 a.m. You have to use the lower cases like this. You have to use simple letters. Now look at this example. I have to go at 2. I need to go at 2 o'clock, at 2 p.m. It's a specific time. When you mention a specific time, you have to use the preposition at. Next example. At the moment. At the moment means at this moment. She is sleeping at the moment. Now we are talking about this moment. When we are talking about this moment, we can say at the moment. Instead of at this moment, you can use at the moment. At the moment means now, right now. She is sleeping at the moment. Now, someone can ask, where is she? She is sleeping in the room at the moment. At the moment means now, right now, at this moment. They are studying at the moment. Right now, at this moment, they are studying. So instead of at this moment, you can say at the moment. Now look at this example. Now we are going to take some examples of in. In is used with seasons, months, decades, and years. I was born in 2003. In 2003. Look at this example. She will leave in October. Just before the month, you have to use the preposition in. In October, in January, in February, etc. In August, we can start this business in September. We can start this business in September. Next example. Here, look at this one. I go to the countryside in the summer. Countryside. This is the right way to mention countryside. You have to write countryside this way. Countryside. This is the right way to mention countryside. What is the meaning of countryside? Countryside means the land and the scenery of a rural area. Countryside means the land and the scenery of a rural area. I love countryside. I love the land and the scenery of this rural area. Now look at next example here. I go to the countryside in the summer. So just before the summer, we have to use in. Before the seasons, we have to use the preposition in. Next example, we live in the 21st century. Before centuries, we have to use the preposition in. We live in the 21st century. And the next example, they arrived here in winter. In winter. Before seasons, we have to use the preposition in. In winter, in summer, etc. Now look at this example. I went to Colombo in 2019. In 2019. Next example. This was invented in the 19th century. This was invented in the 19th century. Before the centuries, we can use the preposition in. In the 19th century, in the 21st century. Now look at this example given here. I went in the evening. We can say, I went to church in the evening. In the evening. The preposition should be in. Well, today we discussed the use of prepositions at and in to intend time. I hope you gained something out of this lesson. So we are going to wind up today's discussion. And don't forget to subscribe this channel. If you need to join my classes, you can call on 076 760 9005. And never forget to write some comments in the comment section below. Try to write some sentences by using the lesson that we've described today. Wish you all the best.